A memorial that became a gathering place to honor the victims of the Walmart shooting in El Paso has been dismantled because the store will reopen tomorrow.
Some parts of the memorial are now on display at a nearby park. The rest were taken to a warehouse where they'll be archived for future exhibits. It's now been more than 3 months since a mass shooter killed 22 people there. Anastasia Bolton traveled to El Paso to see how that community is healing.
Everybody needs something to visit, right? Just remember, one, what had happened, and two, the strength that we carry as El Pasoans. We're a proud group of people. El Paso Strong is very fitting.
Sometimes strength is hard, even for those whose job it is to help others find it.
Healing is the root of what I do.
Celeste Navarez calls healing her sacred purpose.
Growing up in my grandmother's salon, I watched therapy happen before my eyes. I watched my grandma set curlers and give positive affirmations and give words of advice and wisdom.
Celeste's purpose and strength were tested August 3rd, or on 8/3, as El Pasoans call it, when a gunman murdered 22 people at Celeste's neighborhood store.
8/3 made my sacred purpose more profound. It's always been to heal and to counsel. This just made it so much more serious. I avoided coming here for a while. 8/3 plays sometimes in my mind like a slow movie. Start picking up the phone and calling people, and some of my family didn't answer immediately. And I remember my heart just dropping because I know that this is where they would be. And so I just called and called and called and called until finally somebody did.
Many people needed Celeste's help.
And the paramedics, the SWAT team, all of those folks.
They had to talk to someone.
Imagine going into a room of chaos and hearing the sound of a crying baby but not being able to find it. There was this immense amount of trauma in the fact that these folks could not find that baby fast enough. And only to find the baby eventually protected and saved, but under his 2 deceased parents. And to have to lift those bodies off to pick up a surviving baby was one of the most horrific things that they've ever seen. And how do you process that? And how do you say, you know, good job, you did your job? Because you did. But nobody signs up for that. Nobody's trained, prepared, or ready for that.
Nobody can make sense of what happened, why it did. But Celeste isn't focused on that either. She says her community is El Paso strong, and if that strength wavers, she will help find it.
Hope is always possible. That's the beauty of it. And healing takes place wherever hope is.
In El Paso,
it's just something you gotta look for, but it's always around.
Celeste says she's looking at this tragedy as an opportunity to talk about counseling and mental health in the community and culture that doesn't often do that. To honor the 22 victims, Walmart announced it is building a permanent memorial inside the El Paso store.